Nothing else in the world smells like that. I love the smell of napalm in the morning. You know, one time we had a hail bomb for 12 hours. When it was all over, I walked up. We didn't find one of them, not one stinking dink body. The smell, you know, that gasoline smell. The whole hill. Smelled like victory. Someday this war's gonna end.
Everybody, this is Spitball Cinema, and today's episode is a special episode. It's both sad and also a celebration of one of the best actors ever to be on the screen. Mr. Robert Duvall passed away a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, he passed away February 15th, 2026,
My
at the
gosh,
age of 95
95. My gosh,
in Middleburg, Virginia, at his farm that he had with his,
his wife, right?
yeah, his third or fourth wife. I think it might have been four.
Wow.
She's like 40 some years younger than him.
I think he met her on the Tango movie, right?
Yeah, when he was the Tango movie. Yep. If she invited him to a party,
And right then and there.
and I guess he was a little concerned because of the age difference, and he was real good friends with Wilford Brimley,
Oh wow.
and he went and asked him. He said, what do you think?" And he said, "I think an old woman is the worst thing for an old man. So go for it." Which I thought
Oh,
was funny.
Mr. Brimley,
Yeah, Mr.
you and
Brimley.
your diabetes.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I
Does she
mean,
have diabetes?
yeah, then she's good.
Yeah. So as I went back and I started watching some of Robert Duvall's work, uh, I found an old Twilight Zone episode that he did called Miniature,
Wow.
and it's where he's kind of an awkward. He's so young in it too, and this is right after right around the time he did To Kill a Mockingbird, which was
That was the first big movie.
first feature film where he got noticed and stuff. That was his first one
Gotcha.
where he played Boo Radley, big character. He was talked about through the whole movie. You don't get to see him till the end.
To the very end.
Yeah, but anyway, back to the Miniature, the Twilight Zone. He uh, was kind of an awkward guy, and he goes to this museum and he looks into this dollhouse, and this doll's moving and playing the piano. Long story short, he's kind of a homebody, mama's boy and stuff. And he ends up falling in love with this doll, but nobody can see this doll move or play the piano
Except for
except him.
him. Oh
Yeah,
no.
yeah. So it was a really good Twilight. It's about an hour long, Twilight Zone episode, and it's really good. And the funny thing is that Sidney Pollack, the famous director, his wife plays the doll. So
That is
it's a
awesome.
small world, huh?
Yeah.
So, but
Do you remember the first movie? You remember the first Robert Duvall movie that you saw?
oh gosh, man,
The first one I can remember watching because I was like, "Who is this guy?" And he is awesome. It was um, me and my dad and my brother and my mom. It was I think it was on Showtime, but it was The Great Santini.
that was made in 1979.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I remember because my dad would look at me and my brother and go, "You want me to turn into that guy?"
when he's got that basketball and he's hitting it against his son's head.
Dude, oh yeah.
What's he calling it? Is he calling him Mama's boy?
Mama's boy.
Yeah, Mama's boy. Mama's boy. Listen up, sports fans.
Yeah, I mean, definitely if you haven't seen The Great Santini,
What a prick he was.
you gotta watch it. I mean, he plays the worst dad.
Yeah, Marine, and
Oh my God.
just everybody tells him to take out that kid when they're playing basketball and shit. And he breaks the kid's arm and stuff, and all the parents are yelling stuff, and he's looking around like, so what? That's my boy.
That is
Yeah,
awesome.
that was a crazy ass movie. I guess the first, I would probably say the first thing I probably saw was probably The Godfather. I guess. No,
Mm.
no, I can't say that. It would have to be To Kill a Mockingbird as Boo
Yeah.
Radley. I mean, it had to be. And then you just as you grew up, Robert Duvall was always coming out in a movie, Tender Mercies,
Yeah.
and stuff, and uh, and then, well, and you the same year he did The Great Santini, Apocalypse Now came out
Oh, that's right.
same time, which he's only on the screen for 11 minutes, and he
And
got
he
an
steals
Oscar,
the whole
and he got
movie.
an Oscar nomination for it.
And
Yeah.
I think he got flown in because I think they had another actor in mind. If I remember him in the interview, there was another actor that was in mind, but he bullshitted his way to that role, and he said he couldn't
Mm.
do something.
Oh,
So Mr. Coppola called up Mr. Duvall. Hey,
yeah,
can you do a buddy a favor?
yeah,
And he said, I'll do it if you let me go totally batshit crazy with the character.
yeah.
And
And he was so
oh
good
my
at it.
God, he didn't care. That death didn't matter to him. And
No, and it's so funny. It's like Martin Sheen says in the movie. He just had that weird glow on him. You just knew that he wasn't gonna so much as get a scratch in the war.
yeah,
He's gonna come out unscathed.
is that guy that walks between the raindrops.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So how long was he on the screen for?
11 minutes.
And he got nominated for an Oscar.
Sure. Yeah,
Holy shit! And they didn't let him win.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. And then they said, yeah,
God.
yeah. Yeah, and his famous, I mean, one of the most famous quotes in all time in movie history is, I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
That's it.
That smell, that gasoline smell,
Yeah.
smells like
Victory.
victory. Someday this war is going to end.
So kick-ass, man.
Yeah, I mean, it it was just a good good movie, and just shockingly that it didn't win Best Picture. But anyway, um, but yeah, Mr. Duvall, and he just in every little performance, he was in a very small part in the movie Bullet with Steve McQueen. He played the cab driver. I
That's
mean, just
right.
just a little bitty part. So
He didn't care.
he made a lot of guest appearances on a lot of TV shows, a lot of the movies in the '60s. He had little small parts here, after To Kill a Mockingbird, and then probably one of his bigger roles was as Lucky Ned Pepper in True Grit with John Wayne.
That's right.
Yeah, well, he delivers the iconic line in True Grit. Uh, what was he saying? I call that bold talk for a one-eyed fat man. And then John Wayne, fill your hand, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And they have that big shootout. And one of the myths that they've had over the years was that him and John Wayne didn't get along, that they fought all the time, and that wasn't true. And he told this on Howard Stern's. He goes, where the hell did I get this from? He said, I got along with Wayne fine. He said it was the director, Henry Hathaway. He said he was a jerk. He would go up to actors and say, when I say action, you tense up, God damn it. And he said, can you imagine telling an actor that to tense up before they do a scene? He said it's the worst thing in the world. He said,
That would mess me up.
but a lot of these old time directors, they had this authoritarian, kind of a bully. Kind of John Ford was kind of that way too.
Oh wow.
But anyway, that was a big movie for him. And can you, if you had to think, Dave, out of all of Robert Duvall's performances, what would you say is your favorite Robert Duvall movie? Or or
I'm pulling up the list.
huh?
Pulling up the list.
Pulling up the list.
That's
Damn it.
me.
I mean, it's a
I loved it. Gosh.
and I will say this as I was going back researching some of his watching some movies. this guy was in a lot of movies.
Big
I
movies.
didn't realize
He was in a lot of big
how many
movies.
movies this guy made, and not all of them were huge parts, and not all of them were hugely successful.
Right.
Uh, but like as I'm looking through this run, here's one called The Stone Boy. I've never heard. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Or Tomorrow? Something.
No.
I never
And he was
heard.
in a movie with Robert De Niro back in '81 called True
True
Confessions.
Confessions.
Never
Yeah,
heard about
De
that.
Niro is a priest, and he plays his cop brother.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and it's set back in what is it, the 30s or 40s?
Hmm.
Yeah.
So
There's,
is he like trying to defend his brother or something like that?
yeah,
Or?
I can't remember the gist of the movie. I just remember that there was some kind of conflict there. That he's investigating some kind of murder, and I think maybe he had heard a confession or something like that. De Niro.
Um,
And here's one that I haven't really heard him talk about too much. He played the original Frank Burns in MASH, Robert
my
Altman's
God,
MASH.
that's right. I forgot
I mean,
about
when you
that.
go back and you start looking at this guy's body of work, I mean, I would say Robert Duvall is one of my favorite actors as far as Gene Hackman, Robert Duvall, Clint Eastwood, John Wayne,
He's
and
up there.
Steve McQueen. I mean, he's been a big influence on me over the years watching his performances. You remember Days of Thunder? I remember I used to imitate him in Days of Thunder, and I'd make my dad laugh all the time because I'd be like, I can't teach that son of a bitch anything. I can't teach him. He won't listen. That son of a bitch won't listen. Remember how he was just going
He's
off?
like doing that.
Yeah. I'm not listening to that son of a bitch. And I loved him. And he also did a movie called The Betsy
I heard about that
with
movie.
have you ever seen that with Tommy Lee Jones and
I never seen it, but I
Lawrence
know of it.
Laurence Olivier? Dude, he that movie is a crazy movie, dude. Laurence Olivier does a hell of a
Oh
performance
God,
too.
yeah.
And he plays Laurence Olivier's grandson, and it's about this car industry. They made this car, right?
Right.
And he tells Laurence Olivier's going down. He's inspecting like the car, the plant where they're making the car, and he goes, "Look at him! He thinks he's cock of the walk still." You know. And
So
then
cool.
he was in um, Network.
I forgot about
Network, the
that.
Peter Finch's
Yeah,
Oscar-winning role. He plays an executive in that.
he was really
With
good in
William
that.
Holden, and I mean, this guy he's been in everything. He's played Joseph Stalin.
That's right. He did. It was just called Stalin, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just and
Tender Mercies. I remember that was a big movie.
Tender Mercies is the movie that he won the Oscar for, and I just rewatched that the other day.
So
That's a
good.
good movie.
My mom loved that movie.
Yeah, it's very it's heart wrenching when you see somebody that's dealing with alcoholism,
Yeah.
and they've had some bad breaks. And guess who plays his daughter in that?
Who?
You won't believe it, dude. It's Ellen Barkin
What?
plays his daughter, and
Nintendo? I don't remember
you
that.
don't remember that,
Uh-uh.
dude? Oh, he
Wow.
calls her Sissy or something in it. Is her name? And it's just. And I'll tell you another thing good that he's good about doing. He as over the top he was in Apocalypse Now, that in your face kind of bigger than life.
Right.
He can play a very subdued part
Oh,
where he's very, um, he's keeping that character, their personality in check and kind of down. You know what I mean? He's not, you can tell there's something boiling behind there, but it's just, he's not letting it fully out. He's like controlling that character.
makes
And that's
sense.
very rare to see an actor do that. To be able to see them uh, internalize stuff. You don't want to just by their mannerisms. You see that pain that they may be experiencing or what they're experiencing. Keeping that bottled up. And that's hard to
To portray, I
to
mean,
portray in a movie. You know. So have you thought of any favorite? Because I know what my favorite is. My favorite
go ahead.
Robert Duvall performance, and I'm not in the minority here, is as Gus McCrae in Lonesome Dove, which was a TV miniseries.
Right.
But it is considered by many to be one of the greatest, if not the greatest, Western ever filmed.
That's true.
You know, I myself I can't really bring myself to say it's the greatest
Performance.
well Western
Western.
of all time. But
It's up there.
as far as the characters, him and Tommy Lee Jones, the way they play off each other
Perfect.
is and the whole cast, dude. The whole cast in that Lonesome Dove. You know, Danny Glover, uh, Robert Duvall, Tommy Lee Jones, D.B. Sweeney, Diane Lane. You know, Ricky Schroeder,
That's right. Silver Spoons is
Robert
down.
Urich.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a great movie. And if you ever, you know what I do a lot of times when I'm at work and I have to like go through and I work security and I have to check buildings and stuff. I'll play Lonesome Dove on my phone as I'm walking through, just listening to it, listening to the dialogue and stuff as I'm walking through the buildings. You know,
That's awesome.
makes the time go by and listening to it. And I've watched it over and over and over again. It's just his performance is just it's just incredible. You know, Duvall. If definitely acting students should study the work of Robert Duvall.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I mean, to go back and watch his performance, watch his interviews, and he seemed like a very decent person too. I mean, he wasn't a dick.
Yeah, he wasn't an uppity.
He wasn't uppity, and this one thing that really saddened me this year at the Oscars is that they did a special tribute to Robert Redford, to Diane Keaton and stuff. They had little special tributes, but they didn't do a big tribute to Robert Duvall, which I think is a travesty. I think it's just a travesty, and it's unbelievable that this man's career
and won an Oscar
and as iconic as
and was nominated for
yeah,
movies too.
and as iconic as this man was, that they didn't have a special section tribute to him. You know, it's just unbelievable that they didn't do that.
Yeah.
But I'm off my soapbox on
The
so,
two performances, there's two of them that stick out to me.
okay.
I loved him in Colors.
Colors, yes, very good.
That last scene when he's dying.
Oh, when he
is
says
the most realistic.
Call
scene.
my wife.
Dude.
No, not now, not now. Call my wife. Call my wife. Oh,
I'm about to tear up. I mean, dude.
Yeah. Oh, dude, because because you loved Hodges all through that movie. You didn't
Well,
see
you
that
felt
coming.
that he was safe because the gang members respected him.
Yeah, yeah, and then that one guy, he gets shot as they're doing that raid, and oh man, yeah, when he's like, God, no, call my wife,
man.
call my wife,
Dude.
call my wife now.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love that. I love that.
Where's my wife? You know,
Man.
Yeah, and everything. Hey, Hodges. Hey, Hodges. I remember when he goes up to he's got those kids lined up, and he goes, "Why are you all nervous? And he puts his hand on that kid's heart. Why's your heart beating so fast? He said, "Let me tell you something right now. This is my alley. It belongs to me. So if you're in my alley, you belong to me." So, you know,
cool.
he just let him know because he had worked that gang unit for so long, you know. And you know who directed that?
Oh, the guy, the crazy dude.
Dennis Hopper.
Dennis fucking Hopper.
Who was in Apocalypse Now.
That's right. They had to stay friends, man. Because that movie was his next directorial move, being as a director. Because the first one was Easy Rider. He directed Easy Rider.
Yeah, that's right. God, he didn't direct another movie till Colors?
Till Colors, yeah.
Wow. Wow, man. That was like 85 when he did Colors.
Right, you're right.
Easy Rider was like 69.
Yeah.
Something like that. Wow.
Um,
Colors.
dude.
And
I
Sean
mean,
Penn was good in that
he
too.
was Pac-Man. Yeah,
Hey,
that's
Pac-Man.
right.
Hey, Pac-Man. It's Pac-Man.
I'm homegirl
Yeah,
Pac-Man.
yeah.
Oh,
Okay, Pac-Man.
dude. Oh, for those who haven't seen Colors, what you really do need to go see or find it on a streaming service or something. Um, they call Sean Penn Pac-Man because
His
he,
yellow car.
yeah, he totaled the cop car, and then they gave him a crappy looking pacer looking
Yeah,
yellow, bright yellow
bright
car.
yellow. So they start calling him
Start
Pac-Man.
calling it Pac-Man. But yeah, Colors, man. And see, another one that I loved him in was Falling Down
Oh yeah, yeah.
because he just had so much other shit to do, and
And
then
you
he has to go and try to find out.
and he really isn't respected by his
No,
captain
and
or
he's
anything.
not
And it's another one of those parts where he's kind of holding stuff back.
back.
You
Yes,
know,
yeah,
you know,
definitely. Oh,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah. Remember he's tracking Michael Douglas down through the whole thing, and that was a good movie.
It really
It
was.
really was.
I
I mean,
mean, dude,
yeah. And then you had Frederick Forrest was in it, who was in Apocalypse Now.
that's right. Apocalypse Now, dude. That is awesome.
Yeah,
Schumacher knew what he was doing,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, remember he was the neo-Nazi dude that was all
Oh,
crazy and
the Army
shit.
supplies
Yeah, yeah,
store. Yeah.
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 Yeah. I mean,
So cool.
and do you remember the movie he did called Phenomenon with John Travolta?
That's right. I
And
forgot.
there's a scene in there. He plays the doctor,
Right.
and John Travolta starts dying. He's dying, and these guys are talking about him at a bar, and Duvall's there, and pretty soon he just gets mad and he slings his beer against it. He goes, "He didn't want nothing. He didn't want nothing. He didn't want nothing." And he starts
Dude,
screaming and
he was
stuff.
so good in that. I forgot about
You
Phenomenon.
remember Phenomenon? Yeah, man.
It just goes back to my point. You knew that when you saw him on the screen, you
Right.
were gonna get 110%, and you were gonna
Exactly.
remember him. You were gonna remember him in that
Oh yeah.
movie.
I mean, you really like are drawn to him when he's on the screen. But then there's sometimes his part is so subdued. Sometimes you don't. It's almost like not really ignoring, but he's not really there. You know, he doesn't. He's not Robert Duvall anymore. He's this character.
Like the Apostle.
Oh my God, the
Yeah.
Apostle was so great. And you know what I loved about the Apostle? Because it showed a man, a Christian man, a preacher who loved God with all of his heart and stuff, but he had flaws.
Yes.
He was a human being. He made mistakes. He made he made one of the biggest mistakes of his life. He murdered his wife started having an affair, and he murdered her boyfriend. He killed him. Well, just kind of a manslaughter type thing.
Yeah.
And all through the picture, he's kind of running away from this. And remember when and he's talking to God, and he says, "I love you." I love this. He's got his hands in it. "I love you, Lord, but I'm mad at you.
Yeah.
I'm mad at you." You know, and he
And we
just
all feel that
and
way.
you could fit. You're like, there's not been a moment in people's life that, especially for a Christian, that you haven't felt that at one point of your life. Excuse me, I didn't mean to start choking.
That's all right.
I'm doing my
We
way.
get choked up with Robert
Well,
Duvall.
I've been trying to imitate him, and then I heard my voice.
You're doing good. Yeah, God, dude.
Which he had Farrah Fawcett in it
Did he
as his
did he
wife.
get he got nominated for that?
Yeah, you know who he lost to? This
Who?
is another bullshit about the Oscar.
Oh God.
Jack Nicholson took As Good as It Gets. He should have won. Robert Duvall was a better character than Jack in that movie.
I agree
I'm
with you on
sorry,
that.
but his performance was a. But then again, Hollywood doesn't like that stuff.
Yeah, it's true.
But there's a scene in The Apostle between him and Billy Bob Thornton. You've seen the movie, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah. Oh
Where Billy Bob doesn't like that he's preaching at this black church. He's a racist.
yeah.
And he shows up with the bulldozer going to bulldoze that church down. And Robert, don't do it, son. Don't do you better get him out. You know, and they have kind of fisticuffs the first encounter. Then Billy Bob comes back with the bulldozer. I'm going to tear it down. He goes, don't do it, son. He's got the bulldozer. And Robert Duvall takes that Bible and he puts it right down in front of that dozer. And Billy Bob goes to grab it, and Robert Duvall puts his hand on him like that. He said, "Don't." And he whispers, he said, "Don't do it, son. Don't." And Billy Bob just sits there and he starts crying.
Dude, oh God.
He starts crying. He goes, "I know you don't really want to do it." And he starts and this it almost makes you tear up thinking he goes, "The Lord's calling you, son." And Billy Bob sits there and he starts crying.
That's that Goodwill Hunting,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. He starts.
It's not your fault, you know.
Yeah, it's not your fault. He starts crying and he brings him into the church,
Such a
and
good movie.
everybody, the black people in the church, are hugging him and stuff. It was so powerful.
It really
It was
was.
such a good movie.
Definitely go
And
see
then
watch that.
towards the end of the movie, and what I like about it is there was a reason why I guess it comes back. All this stuff happened to him because what happens? He ends up in prison and he's on a chain gang,
Yeah.
and at the end, as they're working on the road and stuff, he's preaching to him.
So
He's
cool.
preaching to all these convicts and stuff.
And you
So
know that they loved it.
yeah, it was such a good, and his performance, it shows him like dancing, coming down the church at the beginning, dancing, and he was this preacher. It's just phenomenal. It's a phenomenal movie, and he directed it.
I was just about to ask you if he directed
Yeah,
that.
he directed it. It's just it's probably I can't, it's just hard to believe that he didn't win an Oscar for that. You know, but then again, when Tender Mercies, he plays that subdued character that we
Yeah.
were talking about.
Yeah.
you know. And then he was in The Natural with Robert
That's right.
Robert Redford. He plays a scuzzball reporter.
Yeah.
I mean, the characters he's played is just. And did you ever see Assassination Tango?
God, yeah. Big time.
I watched it the other day for the first time. I really liked it.
So
I
good.
thought it was good, and his wife that's in it, and I thought they would have this big love scene or something, and they didn't. It
Mm-mm.
was a very subdued.
Like you
You could
said.
you could tell they had this chemistry.
Oh yeah.
And she's just hotter than Briscoe. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
she has got a bod on
They
her.
said that
She's beautiful.
after that movie came out, they were invited for some competitions and stuff. And
Really.
he said they went and did it.
Well, at his Virginia, he has a Virginia farm.
I
Yeah,
did not know that.
and
Wow.
in his farm, he's got a ballroom thing built for him and her to
Just to do it.
the
Oh my
tango,
God.
because it's actually a passion of his. Is the tango, learning to tango.
Very, very cool.
Yeah, and I watched. Well, then you got the Civil Action with John Travolta, another
Yeah.
John Travolta movie. Wild Horses,
Gosh.
uh, James Franco. That's a really good
That
movie.
is a good
The
one.
Road with Viggo Mortensen.
God, most depressing movie ever.
Oh, it's so damn depressing. But he's got a small part in it, and it's depressing.
Yeah, it's
I
effective.
mean, there's not one uplifting thing in that whole movie. I
Oh my
watched
God.
one called Convicts the other day. Have you seen that?
Mm-mm.
Dude, it'll drive you nuts. It's a Horton Foot. It was a play.
Oh, it was.
Yeah,
Wow.
and he repeats his lines over and over and over because he's dying. He's got dementia, and he keeps repeating himself in the same lines over. It drives you nuts. Lucas Haas is in it, and James Earl Jones.
I just pulled it up. That looks awesome.
Oh, dude, it'll drive you nuts. It's not a movie that I'll watch twice. I tell you that.
It's on Tubi for free.
Yeah,
I'll definitely check that out.
Rambling Rose with Laura Dern.
That was a really good
Whoa,
movie.
that was a good movie. That was wild.
Here's another great Western movie that I know that you're going to agree with me. The Open Range.
Oh God,
That.
great movie. You know what? I had the DVD to that, and I watched the behind the scenes making of that. And Kevin Costner, the way he interacted with his actors and Robert Duvall was just phenomenal. Just a phenomenal. That's what disappointed me so much in what's the new one that he did?
Oh,
Uh, I'm drawing a blank here.
let me look.
My goodness.
Gods and Generals?
No, not Duvall's. The Costner.
Oh, the Horizon.
Yeah, I was so disappointed in that because uh, I thought it would be a lot better. after
It
Open
was just
Range.
boring. I mean,
Too much, too many weak male
yeah,
characters,
you needed to
you
cut
know.
some of that stuff out.
But Open Range, if you haven't seen it, and then he did another TV a movie called Broken Trail.
Broken
Broken
Trails.
Trail
Yeah.
that got a lot of good reviews and stuff. Have you seen it? Have you ever
Oh
seen
yeah.
it? Remember, he's protecting those Chinese girls were like being trafficked and stuff, and him and Thomas Hayden Church take them and protect them. Yeah, I thought
Oh,
that was really
that
good.
was a really good movie. I forgot all about that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a 2 episode movie.
and I watched
Huh.
interview with him on I think it was Charlie Rose, and he was talking about Charlie Rose was talking about playing bad guys, bad characters. And he said, "How could he play somebody like Adolf Eichmann and get in their head? Does it bother you?" And he goes, "Well, what you got to understand when you're playing a character like that is that they don't think they're bad.
Yeah, they
They
think it's
they
normal.
think it's normal. They think it's just who they are. Or they're doing just they don't see themselves as the bad guy. So that's the way you kind of portray that. That
Smart.
yeah,
Gosh, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then of course we have to talk about The Godfather. I mean, The
Yeah.
Godfather is Tom Hagen.
My
Godfather
family's a lawyer.
Godfather 1 and 2, and then he had a just they wanted him for Godfather 3, but he had a dispute with him.
Oh, was it for money or?
Yeah, he said the script wasn't as good, so he said he knew they were all just doing it for money, and so
Yeah.
they didn't want to pay him. He said, I don't like being disrespected. He said, I'm not expecting to get the same as Pacino or one of them, but he said, you don't offer me a quarter of what Pacino's going to make. He said, that's ridiculous, you know, and they couldn't come to a conclusion, so Tom Hagen was wrote off, killed off.
Was he? Did they really kill him off on
Yeah, it said he died. He had died of a heart attack or something.
that?
Yeah, because remember when he goes to the Vatican, Tom Hagen's son's a priest there,
Gotcha.
and he said his father didn't live to see him ordained, but
Shit, I forgot all about that.
Then I watched the other day. I bought it. In fact, I bought a Deep Impact. Replays the
Oh, he
the
was.
accident.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
They sacrifice themselves and
Yeah,
stuff. And then you got Secondhand Lions with Michael
Michael
Caine
Caine and
and
Haley
Haley
Joel.
Joel.
Yeah,
The Judge
gosh,
with Robert Downey Jr.
that was a good
And
one.
kind of depressing there a little
Oh
bit.
yeah, big time.
Uh, the one I just recently watched was Jane Mansfield's Car.
Yeah, I saw that on the IMDb. What is that about?
That is wild.
Is it a documentary?
No,
Oh,
no. It's got Robert Duvall, uh, Robert Patrick from Terminator. Is that the guy's name? Yeah, Robert.
yeah.
Yeah. Billy Bob Thornton. Um, who else is in it? Ray Stevens, one that
Oh
died.
yeah,
Uh huh.
yeah, that guy's cool.
John Hurt.
John Hurt's in it.
John Hurt. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's about Robert Duvall is like this. He's uh, like a respected politician. I think he was a politician who was down in the South, and he has these kids. His wife had ran off and left him, and went to England, and
Huh.
ended up divorcing him and marrying John Hurt. Well, she dies when she was over there. So John Hurt's bringing her body back here because she wants to be buried back there, and it's the conflict kind of between the two families coming back together. They don't really know each other,
Gotcha.
and over the mom. It's a crazy ass movie, dude. I mean, it's got some characters in there you wouldn't believe.
I'll have to watch it.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. And he always goes to crash sites. He was like he was like not a politician, but like a inspector or something with the cops or something like that. And he used to go over all these car wrecks, and they had Jane Mansfield was killed in a car wreck.
Oh, that's right.
Not
The
long
infamous.
ago, and they go to the museum and visit the museum and stuff. but Billy Bob Thornton directs it, so it's a really
Oh, I'm definitely
it's
checking it out
it's
now.
crazy, dude. It's crazy.
So cool.
Um, let's see. Is there anything else you can think of about Mr. Robert Duvall?
Sad he's gone. Gosh, man.
Yeah, I mean, this man, his movies were. I mean, the cool thing about movies is whenever you want to visit these actors that are no longer with us, I mean, you can just pull up a streaming service,
Yeah.
pop in a DVD, and
And you can afterwards go on YouTube and watch like interviews with him and stuff.
yeah, and you can interview them as young men, or not interview them, but watch them as young
Yeah.
men, middle-aged men, old men, and you can always go back. Uh, and to me, it's always been kind of therapeutic when I'm going through something bad in my life. I'll put it in a movie just to get away from
Oh
something.
yeah. Big time.
And like Robert Duvall, Gene Hackman, John Wayne, Spencer Tracy, all these guys, Clint Eastwood, uh, they're almost kind of like your second family.
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
at least for a movie guy.
No, no, I got
You
you.
know, you go to these performances and watch these guys, and to me, there's nothing more exciting than to watch a great performance by an actor in a movie that is great.
Oh yeah.
You know, not nothing that's sick or disgusting, but just a good, decent
Yeah.
acting in film. Uh, at least that's the way I feel about it, anyway.
No, I got you. I'm the same way about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just when you've seen all these people leave, I mean, it's just ugh.
Well,
And then I understand like when people get older,
yeah.
it's time to, you know,
Well, you gotta. We grew up with these guys, and I mean, I'm in my 50s, my early,
I don't want to watch them get old like that.
well, yeah, it's just depressing. Clint Eastwood was one of my favorites, and when he goes, I'll probably have to take off work. I
Yeah.
mean, oh, he also played with Clint Eastwood in a movie called Joe Kidd.
Oh, that's
He
right.
was the bad guy in that. Another good western. Remember
Gosh.
Clint shoots him in the forehead at the end. Tells that guy Bob, get out of here.
Yeah.
That's a good movie
It
too.
really is.
Yeah, it's got a guy from Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, Robert England?
No, no, the dad, the dad.
Oh, Clue Gallagher.
No, 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 the dad, her dad.
Oh, John Saxon.
Yeah, John
Oh,
Saxon.
okay, I
Yeah,
got you.
Clue was in the second one.
Right, sorry.
Nightmare. uh,
Oh.
but yeah, I mean, if you, I really do recommend you guys go watch that Twilight Zone because I had Robert watch it, one of my best friends, and he said he wouldn't even known that was Robert Duvall. He looks he's so
Wow.
young in that, and it's just it's a wild episode. You're just like, what the hell is it? Well, it's a great Twilight Zone
We
episode.
should look up and see if it's like one of the fans' favorites or something like that.
Yeah, we can. I'm not sure if it is or not, but I don't know if a lot of people even know about
I didn't,
it.
I didn't know about it
You know,
until you said something.
I just remember seeing it years ago, and I had to look it up the other day, and I hadn't seen it for years, and I've watched it a few times now. Just watch it, and you know who plays his sister in it?
Uh-uh.
The gal that played Barney Miller's wife on the Barney Miller Show.
Get out of
She's
here.
his sister in this.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Barbara Barry.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. I was like, wow.
What a coinky dink there.
Yeah, no kidding. I just watched 7 Days in Utopia too with
How is
Robert.
that?
It's good. It's
Is
about
it?
golf. It's
Yeah, I
about
heard about
golf,
that.
and it's about values and stuff like that. It's Robert Duvall does a good job at it.
I have
He
to
really
watch that.
does. But he's solid in everything.
Everything.
In everything that he does. And there's some characters you love of him, and then there's some characters
Oh, he
plays a dick.
complete dick.
Yeah, just like in The Natural and stuff like that. My mom used to get so mad in Lonesome Dove because he's always talking about how he wants to go in town and get a poke and stuff. She said, "I'd like to slap his disgusting mouth." my dad, my dad loved Lonesome Dove.
I bet.
He loved Gus McCraig. Going in town getting a poke. My dad thought that was the funniest thing. Oh man.
Did you watch that when it was on TV?
Yes, I remember when it was first aired. When it first aired, I mean, it was a big thing.
Because it was like all week,
Yeah, it was
right?
an all week thing, and it was a four-parter.
Yeah.
I mean, every night that night you were glued to the TV to watch Lonesome Dove.
Yeah.
You know, it came out in '89, I believe.
Damn.
So yeah, I mean, Lonesome Dove was what, and he said he could play. That's it. That was his favorite role to play. He said the English can have Shakespeare. He said he'll play Gus McCrae.
Wow.
You know, that's how much he loved that character of Gus. And here's a little trivia for those that you don't know about Lonesome Dove. Um, Larry McMurtry, who wrote it, the novel, originally the three main casts are Robert Duvall, Tommy Lee Jones, and Robert Urich. They're the three Texas Rangers, right? Originally, you know who he wrote that for?
Who?
James Stewart, John Wayne, and Henry Fonda.
Dude, that would have been so
Can
awesome.
could you imagine that? I mean, James Stewart would have been Gus McCrae, John Wayne would have been Call, Tommy Lee Jones, and Henry Fonda would have been Jake,
Wow.
Robert Urich. I mean, what a wild cast that.
Damn. Oh, why we need to get up our horses, I
Yeah,
say.
yeah. I'm going in town to get a poke.
Yeah.
But a little scurvy whore.
God. Hannah Carvey.
Um, well, Mary, Mary.
Oh man.
Oh
So
yeah, 1989 Lonesome Dove. I even bought the book. I haven't read it yet. That thing's huge.
is it really?
Yeah, I think it's huge.
Damn, dude.
But yeah. Well, I
I
think
think that's all we can say
all
about
you can say
Mr.
about Mr.
Just
Duvall.
one of the best actors
I
ever.
was very sad to see him go.
Yeah.
Oh, here's another thing. He died. Him and him. Okay, here's another little trivia thing.
Yeah.
Him and Gene Hackman used to be when they were trying to used to be like roommates and stuff. And Dustin Hoffman used to come and sleep on the kitchen floor
Huh.
in New York when they were trying to make it big. Gene Hackman died last year in February. Robert Duvall died almost to the exact day a year
Oh,
later
fuck.
that Gene Hackman
That
died.
is creepy.
Is that not wild? They were good friends. They all that stuff. Is that not crazy?
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, he died on February 15th. Robert Duvall. And let's see when O'Gene died. I think it's like the 13th. Let me see.
That is creepy.
Is that not just strange?
Yeah.
He died February 18th.
Oh my God.
So
To
almost to the
the
day.
day. Damn.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah. So
But yeah, just pick any movie he's in. You're not gonna get disappointed.
yeah, just watch Robert Duvall's performance. It's just one of a kind. It really is.
Especially Track Down Colors and Falling Down. If you
Yeah.
can't, if you don't like watching like old '70s or before movies, yeah. I mean, and we forgot he was in that awesome Nicolas Cage remake, Gone in 60 Seconds.
Gosh, was he
He
really?
was him and Angelina Jolie and what's his name from Sinners that got nominated?
Oh,
Delroy Lindo.
really?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
him and Timothy Oliphant are the cops trying to go after Nicolas Cage and Robert
No
Duvall.
kidding.
Yeah,
Wow.
great movie. Made a ton of money this
I'm
year
gonna
it
have to
came
go
out.
back and rewatch that. I don't know if I don't know if
He's
I've ever seen that.
he's the one. His Nicolas Cage's brother gets in trouble with some mob, and in order for him to save his brother, he has to steal a whole bunch of cars in overnight, which he said it would be impossible. But Robert De
Mm.
Niro, like they use his shop as home base, and he's got like a big chalkboard of like, all right, we got this. We got word that there's a Lamborghini over here. Why don't you go get that car and stuff like
Oh,
that.
wow.
Very, very cool movie. Yeah.
Oddly enough, too, Robert Duvall, he didn't have any children in his life.
Yeah, I
You know,
just
I
saw
mean,
that when I looked
yeah,
him up.
he said in that Howard Stern, he said, "I must be shooting blanks." He starts to laugh. You know that Robert Duvall laugh. You know, but
Uh,
I just all I can say is thank you to Mr. Duvall
yeah,
for all your movies,
yeah.
for making my life more enjoyable,
Oh
to
yeah.
watching, to keeping me entertained, and you will
You make
always be a big inspiration to me, and have been a big impact on not only my life, my dad's life, because we used to watch your movies together, and people that do that, they don't realize the impact that they've had on generations of, young people,
oh yeah.
and how one little performance, uh, could have helped people get through a hard time. They seen him in a movie that helped him get through a bad part they were having in their life. And they went and saw this Robert Duvall movie, and it made them feel better about themselves,
It's
or
true.
about what they were going through. And that's the power of film. It's a very powerful medium. It really is.
Could take away the bad times for a few hours in your
Yeah,
life,
it's an escapism.
It is.
You escape the bullshit that you're going through. Some more than others. And a lot of people just say, "Oh, it's just a movie." Well, not to a lot of people. To a lot of people, a movie is an escapism. It just lets them get away for a couple of hours,
Yeah.
and not have to think of the crap that's going on in their lives, or something that they may be dealing with.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Duvall, I just wanted to say thank you to you for being an inspiration to me
Yeah.
in my life,
Yeah.
and
Thank you.
I'll never forget you.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, yeah, because I know growing up, my dad liked him, and my mom loved him, and brother loves him. Of course, I loved him too. I mean, like I said, if I was watching a movie that I didn't know that he was going to be in it, you see him, and you felt like, all right, this movie's good. This, at least this part of the movie's going to be good.
right.
But again, I can't really think of a bad movie that he was in.
Yeah,
So those of you who haven't really seen a lot of his work, just dive in, pick any movie,
yeah,
and you're just gonna be in awe. I mean, this guy did it the right way. I
yeah.
mean,
He sure did.
and now we don't have him anymore. So we got his movies.
World's a little bit less bright now that Robert Duvall's gone, but
Yeah, sucks.
he lived a long life. He lived a
95.
good life. So,
Yeah,
if you like this episode, please
yeah,
like
like
and
us.
subscribe.
Yeah,
And
forward it to some friends.
yeah, if you want to get a hold of us, you can email us at spitballcinema@gmail.com.
Yeah, leave a comment if you want us to do
Yeah,
something. Do you might want to, a movie that, or an actor or an actress that you feel just as much as passionate as we did for Robert Duvall.
yeah, exactly.
Um, but yeah, the actor is going to be greatly, man, it's just going to be greatly missed.
Oh, yeah.
But
All right, I think that's going to do it.
yeah,
I'm Scott.
I'm David.
Thank you for watching, folks. We really appreciate it.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Sometimes the things that may or may not be truth are the things that a man needs to believe in the most. That people are basically good. That honor, courage, and virtue in everything. That good always triumphs over evil. I want you to remember this. True love never dies.